Frank, for your lovely words. Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, on behalf of my wife, I'd like to welcome you all to our special day. As there are a number of toasts in my speech, I'd like to make sure that you have your glasses fully charged. With us having a small intimate wedding, we had to make sure we had the most important people to our day. And as most of them cannot make today, it looks like you lucky lot made the grade. On a serious note, Amy and I would like to thank you all for being so supportive and important in our lives. Also, we appreciate you all for travelling and some long distances to get here to enjoy our big day. And of course, my fellow Welshies for crossing the border. First of all, I'd like to thank Mr. Tom Underwood for playing such lovely music in the church. That is certainly a talent you got there, and you've always been such a good friend to Amy. So thanks for making our service all the more special with your music. And if you could just come up, I'd just like to give you a gift to say thank you. Next, I would like to thank Joe's mum, Caroline, for applying her creative skills and coming up with such a beautiful wedding cake for us. I don't know if everyone's seen it. I'm sure it'll be as tasty as it looks. Also, I'd like to thank Abby. Where's Abby? Yeah. Megan and Luke for doing such a great job with the readings in the church. You're all beautifully. Thank you. And let's not forget the little cherubs, Lola, who's in bed at the moment. She's done well today, and she's tired now, so let's go to bed. We've got Amelia. For being such beautiful flower girls. And Teddy.
Just about to wake up.
No cheering, please. For being such a smart little page boy in his suit. And he's absolutely shattered by himself. We're so proud of the three of you. If Amelia and Teddy, well, Amelia, could you get Teddy's as well, if that's okay? Can you come collect your presents? And Joe, if you could come up and...
We'll do Lola's later.
Yeah? Yeah. You sure? I'll second that. Can you come on behalf of Lola and get the crayons? Oh, sure. Actually, it's a block thing now. We left the crayons in the car. Sorry. So, to the toasts. Unfortunately, it's not been possible to have everyone with us who we love here with us today, but we know that they're here with us in spirit. So, whatever they are, I'm sure they're raising a glass or two and celebrating with us. Yeah, no, not quite. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please all stand and keep the ones who are not here with us in our thoughts. To absent family and friends. Here we go. Next, I'd like to say a big thank you to my shiny brand new father-in-law, Frank. For his kind words. You know what we mean by shiny. Even though we're not necessarily on the same page when it comes to taste or lack of, in which football team Frank, you support, Frank. With me being a Wrexham lad and you supporting Shrewsbury Town. Feel free to boo now, everyone. Yes. And that's without mentioning Rochdale, Burnley, and Barcelona. We are, however, on the same page when it comes to wanting the best for Amy. Frank and Geraldine, I promise to always look after your little girl. We have already had a jam-packed 5 years, with some highs and lows, but I'd like to think that shows how strong we are as a couple. And now, husband and wife. And I'll stand alongside Amy for the rest of my days, and I'll love her dearly. You're both fantastic grandparents to our little princess Lola, and we are so extremely grateful. I can understand now why Amy has turned out to be such an amazing person, just by the love and affection you show Lola and all of your family. Of course, I haven't just gained a wife today, but also a lovely family. And I'd like to thank you all for making me so welcome. I love you all to bits. Most of all, Frank and Geraldine, thank you both for letting me marry your beautiful daughter and my best friend. She's a credit to you both, and you should be so proud. Now, to my mum and dad. I know I've not been the easiest child. Or adult for that matter, to raise. But I'd like to think I've made you both proud today. I love the fact you love Amy, my wife, as one of your own. You're welcomed here with open arms, and now it feels like Amy has always been part of the Haresnape clan. Sorry, Chancellor. Yeah. You've always told me how never to give up on each other when things get tough, and you're a prime example of that. You've set the standard of how a loving husband and wife should be, and how to have a successful marriage that stands the test of time, and I have no doubt that ours will too. Family is everything to you both, and you have passed that on to me. If I am half the parent that you two have been to me, I won't go far gone. You've been superb grandparents to Lola and Dad. I can only imagine how hard it's been being away from her, and it won't be long till you're home for good, so share some more good times with her little angel. Taking all that. I'm going to vote you, Dad. Taking all that into consideration, Mum and Dad, I love you very much. Hold your heads up high. You've done a cracking job. We'd like to thank both sets of parents collectively though, as we wouldn't be where we are today if it wasn't for them. And their love and support over the years. As a token of our appreciation, please, I'd like you to accept these flowers. Mum, 2 mums, that's okay? There. Yeah, come in. Yeah.
I can't carry
I'll get that one and pass it on in the chair. Thanks. Nice. Now, before I say a few words about my amazing wife, I like to share a little snippet of our journey in life together. So I just hope you all like it. To these 3 tables, I'm not sure if you'd just like to stand up. Can you all see it from there? If you'd all like to stand.
We thought that's the best, smartest thing for a while. She must have been about 26, 28? 28. And her skin looked really great. She was a natural blonde. She wasn't a natural blonde. I wanna die. smile, but my heart it went wild. I wasn't expecting that. Just a delicate kid. I wasn't expecting that. Did I misread the sign? Your hand slipped into mine. I wasn't expecting that. You spent the night in my bed. You woke up and you said, well, I wasn't expecting that. I thought love wasn't meant to last. I thought you were just passing through. If I ever get the nerve to ask, what did I get right to deserve somebody like you? I wasn't expecting that. It was only a word, it was almost misheard. I wasn't expecting that. But it came without fear, a month turned into a year. I wasn't expecting that. I thought love wasn't meant to last. Honey, I thought you were just passing through. If I ever get the nerve to ask, what did I get right to deserve somebody like you? I wasn't expecting that. Oh, isn't it strange how life can be changed in the flicker of the sweetest smile? We were married in spring. You know I wouldn't change a thing without that innocent kiss. What a life I'd missed.
Right. First of all, I just want to say, Ames, you looked absolutely incredible today. You literally blew me away when you walked down the aisle towards me. As you've all watched on the video, me and Amy met on Match.com. It was our first date, or so she tells me. But what stood out to me on her profile was that she said on it she was not into playing games. Right there and then, I thought, this is a girl for me. Well, Ames, I would have to disagree with that, because in my eyes you're so much more. You are the most loyal, kind, funny and supportive person I know and will ever know. You're the smile that lights up a room. You're the breath of fresh air. You're the warmth in our home and the mortar between our bricks. You are the cushion when I fall. You are the spring in my step, the twinkle in my eye and the sunshine in my life. Amy, you were born to be a mother, and Lola's the most precious thing to us both in the world, which I cannot thank you enough for. But not only have you given me two beautiful babies, you've given me the confidence to do anything. I have come on leaps and bounds as a person and in my life since I met you, and I will pay every bit of that, I promise, by being the most loving, supportive husband and dad to Lola. That first time I saw you peering around the corner and setting upon those sparkly eyes and beaming smile, and this is the God's honest truth, I felt like I'd known you all my life. When you feel something so strong like that, like I did watching Liverpool winning the Champions League. in 2005. And yes, Owen Brown and Uncle Peter, before you start, it was from the comfort of my armchair. But it can only be described as destiny. Amy, we are soulmates. Although, I have to be honest, I did have my doubts when I went to propose here in front of the Trevi fountain, only to turn the corner and discover that it was covered in from head to toe in scaffolding. We have been through a lot as a couple already, but we're stronger now than we've ever been because of it all. So thank you for coming into my life. So here's to the next chapter in our lives and to the future. Ladies and gentlemen, could you please all be standing and raise a glass to my beautiful wife, Amy. Amy. Amy.
Woo! Woo! Oh, yeah. Well, thanks,
that brings up me onto the bridesmaids. I'm sure everyone will agree that they all look stunning today.
Yeah.
Before you cry. But we're not crying.
But if I could say a few words about each bridesmaid individually to see how grateful we are. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to all the bridesmaids for giving Amy a handy to remember and for contributing so much to all the detail that went into it. And it being such a fantastic weekend from what Amy tells me. Yeah. But a special mention must go to her sister and now my sister-in-law, Kate. That week leading up to it, you were in such poor health. And right up until the morning, it was 50-50 as to whether you're going to be able to make it to the hen do. But I never had any doubts. Because I know how much you love her. Yeah, and that as well. But I know how much you love your little sister, and you wouldn't have missed it for the world. So, now to Kate and Sally, both you sister-in-laws. Ames literally could not ask for more doting sisters than you two. You've always been there through the ups and downs, and you three have stuck together as your granny Irene always told you to. You three are certainly a force to be reckoned with. With majorly giddy moments leading up to today, with being quite a few. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm sure you can guess who asked me to include that one. She's so glad to have you by her side today and always, and thank you for being fantastic aunties to our Lola.
You're welcome.
And if you'd like to both come up and collect these gifts to talk about appreciation. Now to Kelly and Lindsay, Amy's best friends who have stood by her side through thick and thin, and have been an absolute rock to her over the years and put a smile back on her face. You've shared so many good times together, from numerous nights out and walkabout with Lindsay and annual concert trips with Gals. So having you both by your side today has made it all the more special and perfect to Amy, which will only add to the long list of special times you spent together. So I just want to say thank you, girls. If you'd just like to come up, if you can get through there and get Joe. It's a very lucky girl to have such a fabulous sister-in-law. You've got on since day one when Ian came to the house to meet the family and Willie. And I hope you don't mind me saying that you were going through a bit of a breakup at the time with your partner. Anyway, to cut a long story short, you had a little bit too much to drink that night, which led to you being a bit emotional. And Ames, being the caring person that she is, said, "Oh, you okay, Joe?" And before you had a chance to reply, Amy asked, "Anyway, Joe, so do you think your brother likes me then?" So considerate. Probably the last thing you want to be hearing with your head in your hands. But you certainly had broken the ice that night, and I've gotten ever since, while sharing a few hangovers together in the process. But I'd like to say it's been an absolute pleasure growing up with you, and having such a special sister, stroke pain in the neck like you. I know. We were out on more occasions than I care to remember, but I wouldn't change it for the world, mainly because I won most of them. Whatever. On a serious note, we've always been there for each other through everything, and we've always been so close. You've been a fantastic support to us both, now your little niece, who you're an amazing auntie too. We're so lucky to have you, Joe, and I'd just like to say thank you and take this gift. We're all ready? Now, to my rabble. To my rabble. First of all, I'd like to thank Matt Edwards, stroke Eddie, for his incredible stop and play DJing skills with the music in the church. It made Amy's entrance all the more special, and for all your Russian duties. Thanks, Ed. Next, I'd like to thank Owen Brown for winding my already nervous best men up before the dreaded speeches. Also offering help when you could and making it a stag do to remember, although not entirely fondly. And of course, for all your Russian duties. Cheers, boys, and we'd just like to say thanks for these gifts, so if you'd like to come up. Cheers, Ed. Nice one, buddy. And now, to my long-awaited best men. Richard Collins. Where did he start? I've known you pretty much all our lives from nursery and primary school. And although I never really bothered with you much back then. Firstly, because you were in the year below. And secondly, because you're always stood outside the headmaster's office in your replica United shirt covered in brown sauce. And even though your behaviour improved over the years, your football knowledge did not. Often referring to United's general and playmaker in midfield, Paul Scholes, was Philip Schofield. But it was not until the end of secondary school where we started working McDonald's together, where we became such close mates and partners in crime. Often playing pranks on others and on one another, which usually ended up in us falling out because we never knew when to stop. But as a sign of good mates, is that as much as we fall out, we always make things right, and we can count on each other. Thanks for organising the stag do to end all stag do's. They'll go down in history. Until the next one. No pressure. And finally, Craig Worthington. Some people may know him as Worthy. Some people as Craig normally when he's in trouble. Some was Captain Pugwash. or the odd few as pretend best man. So, sorry mate, I got a lot of money back in on that one, so include it. Sorry, that's included. Sorry mate. Worthy and I have known each other through all of secondary school. He was in the year above, and even though I didn't necessarily see him, I could certainly hear him. It was also McDonald's where we became such good friends, and from that point on, drinking buddies. We often sat down around the round table at my mum and dad's, putting the world through rights, and eventually turning into professional singers. It's surprising what a bottle of Morgan Spice does to a pair of idiots. All jokes aside, you've always been there for me, but more so the last 2 years. You text me every day when I didn't feel like talking to anyone. And not a day went by for 10 months where I didn't hear of you asking if I was okay. For that, I'm eternally grateful. Thank you. It's not very often you go through life having a good best friend to fall back on, but I can honestly say that I'm lucky enough to have two. Now, less of the soppiness. I would just like to see, do your worst, boys. I'm keen to see what you've both brought to the table. And for once, really, don't say you didn't. But as much as you terrorise me in Latvia, I'd like you to accept these gifts as a sign of our appreciation. So, wait for him to sit down before he stands up here. You wait. Ladies and gentlemen, could you please all be upstanding for my final toast? With Carlsberg, best men. Thanks everyone for coming and enjoy your night.